So it looks like Nijisanji finally decided to get rid of Aster Arcadia. If you go to his YouTube channel, it says this channel doesn't have any content. I know, guys, it's very sad. We will not be seeing that cooking stream. I feel hurt. The months delayed cooking stream is never going to arrive. So they wiped the channel or privated the videos, probably wiped the channel, like deleted everything. And if you look at the Twitter as well, you can see these posts are protected. So I guess if you were following him, you can see all the stuff there. But I did not happen to be following the resident sex pest of Nijisanji, so I can't see any of his tweets. The guy was on hiatus for like a year after allegations came out against him for being a sex pest, harassing other members of the organization and even VTubers outside of Nijisanji, trying to get some bedtime action with them even though they did not want that. And if you look at the Nijisanji EN official Twitter, it says, "Announcement regarding Aster Arcadia. We hereby inform you that Aster Arcadia will be separating from Nijisanji EN as of July 15th, 2025 and will not resume streaming activities. Please refrain from directly contacting our livers about this matter. Thank you for your understanding." Nijisanji EN has to be the disaster that just keeps on giving. I mean, it really just gets worse every time you think it can't get worse with these guys. It's been PR nightmare after PR nightmare. Obviously, they lost a whole bunch of their support with the whole Selen Tatsuki situation, and now she's doing very well as Doki Bird. But back when that happened, it was crazy. She had anxiety over the whole situation, was in a really bad mental state. I'm sure a lot of you know about that already, and I think that's what really killed all of the enthusiasm and the support for a lot of people around Nijisanji EN. Now, the JP branch is still going strong. You know, they don't seem to have these crazy controversies like that, and I don't know, maybe they have way better management over there, but just something about the English branch of Nijisanji, and I don't know how they allow it to be this way, but it's so bad, and it's literally destroying the reputation. I think people were pretty enthusiastic back with Lazulite when it was like Illyra, Pandora, Pomu, Rainpuff, Finana, all those guys, right? Like, they debuted and there was some enthusiasm around Nijisanji EN, and everybody thought it was going to be pretty big. And the male Nijisanji EN livers too, they grew pretty large, like Luka Kaneshiro, for example. As in Nijisanji fashion, the male members of Nijisanji were able to do a lot better than any Hollow Stars members, and this was true for the EN branch as well. They had so much going for them at Niji EN, and they pretty much just nuked everything. I would say mainly the fault of terrible management. I mean, it's as if the management at Nijisanji was just incapable of doing anything right. When Raziel Warmonic, who I believe was a mod for Luka Kaneshiro, came out and talked about how badly she was being treated, nothing really happened, even though this was obviously very bad PR for the organization. Then she confirmed in this 55-page Google Docie at the time that Aster Arcadia was actually harassing multiple girls within the agency, and management would not do anything about it. Again, this is where you immediately investigate the guy, you put him on hiatus, he's not going to have any streams. If you find that all the harassment of these other members, whether it's inside or even outside of the agency, is true and it actually happened, you decide at that point whether or not you're going to kick him out of Nijisanji if he did all of these things. That's what management should have done, but they didn't do that. Instead, they ignored it, pretended like it wasn't a problem, sending the message that they don't actually care if members of their organization are harassers. And now, after what we found out from the Twist Yamanazako situation, it looks like these DMs were from her, talking about how when she had a mental breakdown, Aster was saying he wants to fly her out to Japan and saying sexual stuff. When it comes down to it, one of the biggest reasons for how poorly Nijisanji is performing today and why it's so disliked in the VTuber space with Western fans is because of the terrible management. The culture there is just terrible, and it seems like nothing is being done to fix it. And when you had that situation with Selen where she almost lost her life, and then you have a black screen stream basically blaming everything that happened on her, when you have Aster Arcadia being a sexual harasser, a sex pest, going around creating issues within the organization and with girls outside the organization, you have all these things going on and management is not correcting them, that becomes the company culture. Now, I've always been more of a HoloLive watcher. I think that the situation with Selen was what really brought my attention to how bad Nijisanji was, but there's been a bunch of graduations from that EN branch, and then recently there was the whole thing with Twist Yamanazako that I covered, and that was pretty crazy. Talking about a fan, how she doesn't like his kind, and how all men should self-delete and things like that, right? Typically not the kind of personality that you want to invite to be a corpo VTuber for your agency, but I think it's par for the course for Nijisanji to pick these kinds of people, and then the people that are actually nice and cool, they treat terribly, like Selen. Now, I will just note that Nijisanji was supposed to be investigating whether all of the sex pest allegations against Aster Arcadia were actually true, and they didn't really say anything about that. They didn't really provide an update about their investigation. They just said, hey, July 15th, this guy's graduating. Don't say anything to any of our livers about it. Interesting. But I guess this is to be expected, Kudo-sanji really not beating the black company allegations. With a conclusion like this, I can't tell if they actually completed their investigation, found him guilty, and decided to let him go, or if he himself decided, hey, I'm just gonna receive endless hate if I try to come back and show my face and stream and do my cooking stream, so I'm just not going to come back, and I think it's time for me to retire. The world will never know what he was going to cook in that stream. But however it went down, that guy's gone for good. They ran the same playbook they do every single time that they fire somebody or they graduate or whatever via some kind of dishonorable discharge. And that is, they scrub the YouTube channel and they private the Twitter account. And it's honestly pretty funny at this point. I mean, actually great personalities, good livers, they care about their fan base, they create content, streaming all the time, whatever. Nijisanji screws them over, provides a terrible environment for them, doesn't fix any of the issues, they have a sex pest walking around, they're dealing with all this toxicity, they're not receiving support from their agency, and then they just leave and they do better as an indie. As is the case with Selen leaving and going back to Doki Bird, Pomu Rainpuff leaving and becoming Made Mint. If you want to know what I think they should clean house and just fire all the management at Nijisanji EN if they want a chance at reviving the English branch of this company. They gotta hire management that actually cares about the people that they're managing, people who want to do the right thing. I don't know, crazy idea, but I think that would help them out in the long run. It is kind of sad for people who are actually trying to make it into the VTuber space, and Nijisanji used to be an agency that they could rely on to help them get a boost, a good kickstart and uplift in viewers and everything like that are some good personalities, and I'm sure that a lot of people would have liked watching them. But now that Nijisanji fully, on the EN side at least, has a black company reputation, nobody is really going to want to go there, and for as long as the company doesn't change internally, there's not really going to be a lot of enthusiasm from fans for anything going on with Nijisanji. I mean, harassing other members of your organization and trying to get them to sleep with you is what Aster Arcadia was doing, and that's serious grounds for getting terminated and having the things that you did being exposed. Maybe just having a post by the agency saying, this is what this guy did, and we're going to be parting ways with him for this reason. But instead they're like, yeah, he's gone, and don't talk about it to any of our streamers. Anyway, moving on. I don't really like that, and I think it leaves a bad taste in the mouths of a lot of viewers and maybe the people that were involved in the situation as well. But hey, kudo-sanji everyone, really can't be surprised at this point. That's all I have for this video though on the Aster Arcadia situation. There will probably be more updates. If I had to guess, this guy will probably still be floating around, playing League with members. He's just not going to be streaming with Niji anymore. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and join the community Discord. Link is in the description. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
You're fantasy. Let us stay. Nobody dies. Maya. Grace. Ready. Looking good. Feel the storm. Ready. Take this. Take your shot.
Feel better. Feel better. Okay. Good.
Finesse and grace.
Let's play. Your fate is sealed.
I'm ready. Okay. Good. Let us slay you.
Doing in. Your fate is sealed.
Blades sharpened.
It's locked on you.
Good. Nice. That's better. The dance begins. Augusta. A precise strike on me.
I'm back.
You can't escape.
Good.
Sia, dodge.
Useful. 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 Feel better. Feel better.